namin ni Renmar, no, na textbook TNC nung first, 3 minutes ng match. Yun yung kailangan nilang i-replicate all throughout while looking out for what's bound to happen next.
Yeah, that's not just advice or analysis from Antianara, the analyst. That was Antianara, the former collegiate player. You played in college, right?
Yes!
Yeah.
He probably still is.
Yeah, I remember we'd play custom games with Antianara, and every time Antianara was in the team opposite mine, I would cry. No one can play against his mid lane.
Yeah, but if you're his teammate, then it's an obvious win.
Yeah.
Right? So you kind of have mixed emotions. about
Okay,
it.
back to the draft!
All right,
Come on,
back
man,
to
we're
the
building
draft.
you up.
We're building you up, man.
Thank you.
Kailangan mo makita yun. But again, just like what we would say, one of the good things na sinabi mo nga, Antianara, is to look at what SDZYZ has done. And for the first few minutes na nakita nating laban, it's SDZYZ na medyo hindi nagalusan for like the first 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah.
So, at some point, that's nice, right? And Ling, Ruby, posibleng makatulong yan para sa Phoenix Suns.
Same pa din yung
Yeah.
TLPH.
Except they go for the Zask now. And after TNC Pro Team locked in the Ruby and the Ling, Wolf rubbed his hands together as if like he was either excited or
Parang may
expecting
niluluto.
it. Yeah, it's like he's cooking something up. But I like seeing the Ling up against the Zask.
Oo, pero alam mo, gusto ko lang din i-bring up yung fact, no, na I would say this Ruby will probably go into the gold lane. Feeling ko lang.
Gold Ruby?
Feeling ko lang.
All right, I like the brave analysis. Let's see if that'll happen. Although that does make sense. You have the Roger that you're up against. So if ever the Ruby will get flexed into the gold lane, that's going to be difficult for either Benny Cutie or Carl TZ to decide to enter the game, to enter fights. So with the Turisla, again, TNC Pro Team are just continuing that trend of play it safe. And you know what? I'm starting to lean a little bit more towards the gold Ruby side now. Because if you're showing the Terizla, the obvious
na yun.
the obvious thing to think is, oh, that's an EXP lane Terizla and that's a roam Ruby.
Pero yun na nga, yung ganitong klase ng flexibility. Alam mo, Renmar, gusto ko lang din balikan, no? Maraming sigurong nagtatanong from our audience kung bakit nga ba nataguri ang textbook TNC, yung TNC nung panahon ni SDZYZ. Ang dami namang salita.
It rhymes.
Kasi nga, bukod sa fact na siya yung nagpauso nung emblem before, yung Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
Yun din yung time na kahit assassin siya, sinesemai-tank niya yung gamit.
Yeah.
So now na bumalik tayo sa assassin meta, alam natin na yung mechanics ni SDZYZ is there.
Yeah, and we got to see it in game number. I feel like one of the reasons why the first 3 minutes really just went to the side of TNC Pro Team in game 1 was that they were expecting the Julian of SD. And SD had a relatively good KDA. So now heading into the second phase, ooh, Angela!
Wow.
So they were thinking that they'd go Angeling and they take the high loss. Wolf's laughing and he's happy about it. Oh, they're playing the macro. I like this. I think this is the approach of TNC Pro Team up against the Zask.
Yeah.
The Zask, you want to fight in an area, so TNC Pro Team said, all right, we'll open up the map, but this is a good response to open up the map. They pick up the Fanny.
Carl TZ using a Fanny. We haven't seen this in a while. A lot of people were saying na from the past seasons that he's been struggling na gumamit ng mga assassins. Over the previous tournaments, it has always been like this. Pero ngayon, unti-unti niyang pinapakita. And now, probably one of the hardest assassins to use in the game. Fanny's making an entry for Team Liquid.
And alam mo, interestingly enough, even in his streams, inaamin naman ni Carl TZ na nanibago siya nung bumalik siya sa paggamit ng Fanny. But now that we're back here, definitely nakapag-adjust na si Carl TZ using that Fanny. But then still, the Kufra is open for the side of TNC Pro Team.
I would want to go safe here and pick up basic attack damage. No, it is a gold Ruby. What a prediction! It's a gold lane Ruby and TNC Pro Team. Good pick up with the Cho. Because you get your lockdown up against that Fanny. This is a risky play by TNC Pro Team, but it could work.
And what you were mentioning right from the start, diba? They were playing it a bit on the safe side noong game number 1. Now they're going all in on the risk.
That's just crazy, bro.
All in na, okay.
That's a sudden serve.
Yeah, you know what? We have crowd controls from the I Am Offended. Nandyan din yung Way of the Dragon. At some point, we'll find a way to catch that Fanny. But in terms of this lineup, it seems like TLPH has more of the ways in executing.
Yeah,
right?
and alam mo kung babalikan natin yung nangyari ng week 1, no? The tendency is yung Cho makakancel yung animation ng Way of the Dragon because what? We have an Edith, we have a Grok na kayang mag-wild charge agad. So yun yung kailangang i-watch out for ng TNC.
Well, we're about to find that out whether or not TLPH will get the victory or whether or not TNC will take it. Casters, pasok.
Welcome to
Leo
Mobile
here with
Legends.
Jose Ingan coming at you live from the Green Sun Hotel in Makati for Game 2. It's match point for Team Liquid PH going up against TNC Pro Team. Shades of the funnel meta. It's a 1-3-1 as we like to call it here for TNC.
For TNC, I like the Ruby Gold because we've been saying that TNC is known for dominating the early game, and with the Ruby, you know, he can actually dominate up against Benny Cutie and make sure it doesn't go to a 20-minute game like we witnessed during game number 1.
That's why I kind of thought twice about it being a risky draft, as mentioned by our analysts, Antianara and Renmar Santa Cruz. Now going from lane to lane, you mentioned how maybe the Golden Ruby should be winning against the Roger. But check this out. SD is bullying Carl TZ out.
Yeah, you know, I have to admit, I've been watching Carl TZ play during his streams. He's been practicing this Fanny. And with this Fanny, it really requires a lot of protection coming in from JP. But speaking of JP, Escalera making sure that JP's not going to have a good time during the early game.
I reckon Escalera could have definitely just pressed the flicker.
Yeah.
Or maybe a second or two off of the Shun Po and just only fasted JP into a quick nap. Now, that was so close, honestly. A TKO, I'd call that for TNC.
Again, the onward. The analyst mentioned that, you know, you can disrupt the flow of how the Cho plays, especially if you have an onward. So these two roamers really knowing the capacities and the capabilities of these two heroes.
Yep. Let's mind the XP lane this time around. A little bit of spice coming in from the Cavalry. Sanford rocking the Grok, as well as the Impure Rage. So he means business. He wants to smack people.
One power of nature is going to be enough to bring down or take down at least the squishy heroes of TNC.
Yep,
so this isn't like a stationary Grok wherein you'll wait for the wild charge. You have to watch out also for the power of nature.
Yeah, if he finds Hatred or even SDZYZ timing through that Tempest of Blades, could definitely get him. Even Kozin has to watch out.
Yeah.
I don't count out the fact that maybe Sanford builds a Sea Halberd. So maybe even Kozin's regeneration should be compromised. So that these are the possibilities going into this first hurdle. And compared to game 1, Ian, this is a very well-paced. I'm gonna call it that. I don't want to say slow, but it's a well-paced game 2.
Despite having the what? An off-cam kill coming in from Hatred as he takes down Sanji.
Whoa!
But this time, JP with a beautiful Earth Shatter. Here's the Tempest of Blaze that we're all waiting for. Escalera onto the back line, but the wild charge coming in from Sanford. Penalty zone in. Counterattacks from both teams as JP will fall down as well.
I spoke too soon. I thought it was going to be a relatively peaceful matchup.
The
up
moment
until,
you said it,
yeah,
something happened.
well paced my face, Leo. All right, check it out now. 700 gold up TNC. Heads starting up this turtle. And there's a two-man coalition coming through with two more coming from the back. JP and Benny Cutie still far off.
Oh, here's the flicker,
Here
but
we go.
again, it didn't connect. Oh, it's going to connect onto Carl TZ, but he's going to fall down in the hands of SDZYZ. TNC answering right away, and that's a kill onto Carl TZ. So this is crucial because there's the turtle.
Yep, and all of this is not benefiting Benny Cutie, not as much, because he still has to deal with Kozin. And now the scrum for the turtle. There's a Tempest of Blades.
Oh, but he has to walk away because the damage coming in from TLPH is just there. Now Escalera looking for another target. He's going to go on to Sanji, and he's going to take him down as well. Heads again with the penalty zone in as SDZYZ takes care of the turtle, but Carl TZ! Happy birthday! This is my gift to you. Here comes Benny. Is he going to go right after Heads? One like it bounces. All he needs to take down Heads.
Ooh, hungry, like the wolf that he is. Benny Cutie, Bagyo del Lobo. SDZYZ, a bout of hesitation. Did you see that? Retribution is not off of cooldown. What was that? Was he CC'd for a moment there? We could definitely go back to the tapes, but TNC, I think they could definitely have walked away with so much more.
I'm not quite sure if SDZYZ actually casted his Retribution during that time. But
Or if he could, even.
Or if he could, yeah. But Carl TZ heads up play. This was after the fact that he was taken down before that turtle fight. And this is the benefit of having a Fanny. You can die, but at the same time, still be present during those big skirmishes.
It's like you were never even gone. Here's a kick, action one, JP in the air.
Oh, plus the combination with the I'm offended play, but JP still manages to take down. Look at Carl TZ with the steel cables. Escalera, nowhere to be found.
Jomi wasn't worth it. Jomi wasn't worth it to kick JP. He had so many layers of protection too, not to mention the Primal Wrath and the Flicker. So maybe Escalera was just calling shots wherein maybe TNC couldn't have afforded it.
Yeah, SDZYZ, I believe, has the war cry here, so he can dish out the damage, but Sanford, out of nowhere.
Oh!
Hatred has to use the Flicker, but still manages to catch him off guard, as the Dominator's descent is there to slow things around. And TNC, they really can't find their rhythm here, Leo.
Jose, call it inflation, man. A lot of these retreats from TNC are costing them so much. Look, a Flicker away for Hatred just to die. A rotation that costed an ult, and then you were the one who get punished off of Escalera's Way of the Dragon. This is a blessing in disguise. They are taking turrets, and that's the first turret scored by TNC down bottom. I guess that's one thing that they have over TLPH.
Yeah.
Sure, as the Fanny, you're very mobile, but when you're looking at just pure damage output without a compromise, without having to move around with the Fanny, I think the Ling has that over him.
SDZYZ really has to resort to split pushing. Again, they can't manage to go head-to-head with TLPH up into the late game because they don't have that gold laner, but here's a diversion play. It's going to be onto Kozin. And that's the beauty of the Zask. You can actually just check Bush from time to time, and then I'm offended play here onto Shatner, but heads going to penalty zone in. SDZYZ casted. 4 blades not going to connect, and JP uses the Primal Wrath to dish out the damage he needs. No casualties for both teams. A lot of ultimates expended, and the third turtle is still alive.
This is very deceptive. We're looking at a turtle here that could at any time turn into a lord. Give it about a minute of not being hit. Oh, Escalera! Oh!
Carl TZ with the cutthroat.
He's
Very
trying!
fast right now.
He's trying!
Oh, Sanford. Okay.
He doesn't have a wall charge.
Still a good sign here for TNC. They're able to dish out the damage as well as SDZYZ in the picture this time. Escalera has to walk away. So, wow. I'm not sure if either of the teams can actually get this turtle with how they keep on re-engaging and engaging.
Nothing comes for free, man. Nothing comes for free. Checking out the items here. That's a Malefic Roar and a blade of Heptases on the Carl TZ. He's up by, he's down by about 200 gold away from SDZYZ's Ling, who just picked up his Haas claws. So if you're talking about sustainability, you're looking at TNC staying a little bit longer. And look at this, the Lord, it's about to turn to a Lord about 10 seconds, but they're still holding on.
10 seconds before the Lord spawns there, but he heads penalty zone in onto 5 members. No follow-up from the Phoenix Army. They have to walk away, but Sanford catches them off guard. SDZYZ has to make a play here, but Carl's easy with the steel cables. Still alive! Unlike Escalera, he's going to fall down. SDZYZ has to walk away, but JP says no with the Earth Shatter, connecting onto 2. Kozin is the last man here for TNC, surrounded by the cavalry as he falls down, but he takes one with him. Triple kill from Betty Cutie.
3K for Benny Cutie. Oh, what a sequence, especially underneath tier 1 in mid. And no, there's
a diversion play.
Here we go.
Oh. Wow. Carl TZ showing that his prime is still here.
I think they did see the diversion coming through.
Yeah.
And they were just baiting it. And at best for TNC, it was a quick rotation. 2,000 gold ahead. Team Liquid PH. 9 minutes in. The inevitable has come through. The Lord is upon us. So that last turtle just, whatever. Like,
just to confirm, the last turtle.
They use it as an anchor. Like, this is where the fight happens. If you can't commit here, we'll get you elsewhere. And that's what TLPH did. Divide and conquer against the Phoenix Army. And what is baffling to me, Jose, look at this. TLPH, yes, they are ahead 5 kills. But even prior to that big sequence in mid, they were up by like 200, 300.
Yeah.
But it was TNC who owned the map. Look, not a single push for TLPH yet.
And it's all SDZYZ's credit, because he's been managing the waves really properly here. And now it's Carl TZ's turn to do that as well. But this time, Escalera is going to catch that Earth Shatter coming in from JP. So I think TNC really needs to mind Carl TZ this time, because if not, he's going to be able to take down second, third in the top lane.
Yep, luckily they do have SD, who again, prior to that sequence, was ahead of Golden. What's this? Oh!
Oh, kick onto JP here. The Primal Wrath will be casted now. This time, the counter-attack from
Skalera!
TLPH. Heads last effort with the penalty zone, but the Dominator's descent will slow him down. They're going to run after Heads here. A beautiful play coming in from JP as two members from TNC goes down.
Man, again, that's deja vu. TNC with the DNC. Divide and conquer. That would have been an amazing setup by Heads, even by Escalera, but there was no damage output. Oh!
What a diversion play here from TNC to bring down Carl. And this time, Benny Cutie, he's going on a rampage as he brings down Kozin. The next target is Hatred.
Hatred!
The
Oh!
ball is there, but the flicker will save him. And now Power of Nature from Sanford. Is the damage going to be enough? And look at that. A knockout from Sanford.
That's a knockout. Huge clothesline. Could have been an amazing opener for TNC. The I'm offended, you're dead by Kozin. But now, oh no, they're coming in one at a time!
Spear from Sanford. SBZYZ has to make a play here, but they catch him off guard. JP once again with the onward earth-shattering combination. The clashes never seem to end as TLPH will take this Lord.
TNC may have bitten off more than they could chew. A free Lord for the Cavalry. Looking at the items now, Carl TZ is still behind, all right? Check it out, he's still behind, but where a majority of the gold is in Benny Cutie.
Yeah.
7-0-3 up against Kozin's 2-2-0. And just the back-to-back sequences where Benny scored a majority of these 7 kills should be enough to tell TNC, hey, maybe we shouldn't pick fights. Maybe we should hold off, and maybe this Lord coming up should be a Lord we take inside our base. Which gives you now a head-scratcher. What is Hatred to do? Your main thing, your ult, is to put your whole team in a place wherein you can catch your opponents off guard. But if your opponents know that you're thinking this way, wherein you have to fight underneath your turret, what do you do?
Yeah, because Sanji is one of the actual good users of Louis, so they really know.
They know
where that diversion play will be casted. And now JP catch Hatred off guard once again.
Woo!
But a counter attack from TNC will bring down JP. And another kill coming in from Sanford, but this time 4 members are chasing right after him, and the passive will help him walk away. So that's a 1-for-1 trade, but TLPH, they still have the Lord marching in the top lane.
But it looks
Not
like
anymore.
the Lord died a natural death. There was enough of a few hits from a combination of minions and heroes from the top lane. And the Lord's on march! SD, Carl. Oh, they're fine.
Okay.
They're okay.
Carl TZ just really wants to prove that he can really play the Fanny.
Yep.
I remember the first time he unleashed Fanny, he wasn't really contented with how he played.
Yep.
It was really TLPH as a team carrying Carl TZ with this first Fanny game, but this time he's showing that, hey, I can hold my own. I'm a good Fanny user.
Yep, it took him a while. A good solid month we watched Carl TZ's progress working on the Fanny. And now, sitting with a, respectable 3-2-3. The map belongs to Team Liquid PH. Look at this, look at this!
Charge. You're not going to wait any longer for Carl TZ here because they're going to bring down Heads. And now on the way to the backline, Benny Cutie will bring down STZYZ Escalera. Is he going to manage to walk away from Sanji? No is the answer, as Kozin really dealing with 2 members here. Has to use the flicker out, and Hatred caught off guard by Benny. That's 4 members down for TNC.
You can't stop a hungry predator. Benny Curie, 10-0-3. Now they're going to the base. Kozin, can he defend?
5 seconds before Heads comes here, and now an I'm offended.
Whoa!
Last effort to defend. He's going to take one. Look at the light coming in from Kozin. That is wild. As Heads with a clutch penalty zone, he's going to chase right after Sanford. The defense of the Phoenix Army. They're still alive.
An amazing sequence, 3 to 4 seconds of heroism from the new member of the Phoenix Army, Kozin, with the defense of a lifetime. He scored 2 kills for his team, and now they have a second win. 40, where are you going, 40? There's a kick!
Oh, there's a kick onto 40 here, but this time he's going to be shut down by STCYZ. A counter attack onto Escalera. Gonna use the Tempest of Blades, Carl TZ. trying to dish out the damage here. Now this time, TNC, same shades of game number 1. It's just the middle lane inhibitor turret taken down. So they can still contest for this Lord.
All right. If anything, this is closer than anything that happened in game 1 could ever be. We see here items being picked up towards the twilight of the cores. Benny Cutie picked up the GDS. You know what that means, Ingan?
Yes, what?
He's going to secure more kills. Check it out. That's his final item, dear Lord.
Great Dragon Spear. What a good addition.
And imagine how many stacks his Sky Piercer has, fam. All of them. He has all the stacks.
All the stacks still not being able taken. Oh, Benny has 12 kills. I did not realize.
More than half of those came in after the Sky Piercer.
You know the Sky Piercer's been nerfed, but with Benny Cutie's stat line, there's no nerf.
Doesn't seem like it.
With the Sky Piercer.
Doesn't seem like it. A lot of items you should expect as well on SD and Kozin after that moment inside the base where he got a good chunk of shutdown gold.
Okay, Primal Wrath, huh?
Oh,
Has been casted here. so
Lord here at a
TNC
5th
knows
of his
that.
health. An 8th, a 10th now.
Oh, it's going to be a retribution battle between the two junglers. SDZYC might fall down. Carlte's going to get the Lord. A counterattack from TLPH. Kozin is the next man down. Heads as well. Escalera, nowhere to go. Because TLPH on a roll. Hatred is the last man down. They're not going to wait for the Lord. They have minions in the middle lane. And the cavalry marches forward. Still undefeated coming in to week number 2. Liquid PH. What an amazing game!
Despite the back and forth, at the end of the day, we witnessed a Liquid stampede trampling through the Phoenix Army.